Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, traders? And what's going on? And happy Money Tuesday. Go ahead, if you're inside the chat right now, hit me with a big old famous Alpha Day Trading. Come on, let's get it. Good morning. Woo! Excited to be back. It is Money Tuesday, February 7th, baby. Day number 2 of week number 2 of February, and I'm ready to hit it hard with you guys. I'm ready to attack this market and lock in some big time profits. Mike, Catherine, Stir, Corey, Steve, Tracy, Josie, Jakey Lakey's back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, traders? Good morning. Happy Money Tuesday. And then everybody over on YouTube as well. Good morning. What's up? And what's going on, traders? Welcome to our pre-market session where we're here to get you prepared for today with our analysis, doing that due diligence, breaking everything down, and really helping you identify the best opportunity and the best trades for today. So we have about 25 minutes until the market opens on up, and that's 25 minutes to get you guys prepared with the top stocks. Analysis on the SPY, my top 3 pennies, why they're the top 3 penny stocks for today, and then my personal game plans as well. So, hey, let's not waste any time. Let's dive into it and let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen, and let's have an awesome Money Tuesday. All right, so we're going right into it. We are not wasting any time here. All right, we're going to start with our top 3 penny stocks, baby. All right, top 3 pennies for today. And it was a pretty simple day, too. There's not a lot going on in pre-market, right? It's not like you have an abundance of opportunity and 20 stocks that could absolutely rip and run. You got 3 good-looking stocks today, right? 3 good-looking stocks. Like we have 3 good-looking people inside the chat. You know who you are. Number 1, I wouldn't even say it's number 1, right? It's just going to be one of our top 3. But the first one we're going to be discussing is KPRX. All right, so KPRX stocks up right now at this point in time, 60%. Very low float stock, 1.5 million in float. Nice low float play, trading really, really nice volume. And again, it's up 60%. All right, so why is the stock up right now at this point in time? Well, this morning, they dropped a beautiful press release that we typically see, really send stocks to the upside. So KPRX receiving investigational new drug approval for their phase 2 studies, right? That's what got KPRX going. And right now, there is still some potential at this point in time if we can stay above this $5 level of support, guys, right? So that's really it. If KPRX can stay above this $5 level of support, we have potential to fill this daily gap up towards around 6. All right. So that's really our first game plan. Let it come down, hold 5 at the start of the day. And if it does, we can definitely take this long for the rip up towards around $6. And that's going to be filling that daily gap here. Now, if it ever were to break 6, we just go ahead and again, look left, see exactly how high this stock could go. And you could see, hey, we have that upper shadow right around $7.46. And then, hey, we have a 200-day moving average all the way here up towards around $3. All right. Not $3, but $9. So we could see it all the way up to the 200 SMA. And yesterday we saw a pretty hot day, right? You saw BBBY squeezing all the way to its 200 SMA. There were a couple other plays as well that were squeezing on fire, and a lot of these stocks hitting their 200 SMA. It's very, very possible that KPRX is the number 1 stock that every trader lands on, and this stock starts squeezing all the way up to its 200 SMA. So let's keep it on watch, right? The line in the sand is $5. If we crack below 5, we have potential to drop on back down towards around 460. And if we start cracking 460, we will see the stock back down towards around 414. So we'll want to see it hold 5. Look for those entries off 5 for the rip back up to those pre-market highs of 570. And then first target would be $6. Definitely one of our top 3 stocks to be watching for today. All right. Number 2, we got SQL. This stock is absolutely on fire, right? Up 248% right now at this point in time. Low float stock coming in at 4 mil, trading 33 million shares on average. The stock trades less than 80. Like, this stock is hot. This stock's on fire. And this stock is tickling the pickle a little bit, guys. I don't know about you, but I like when stocks rip and run like this. So yeah, I like what I see here with SQL. It's really overextended, guys, right? But the market's still relatively hot. We're still seeing stocks, rip, having pretty good days, right? Look at SECO yesterday. SECO closed up 124%, BBBY 92%, OMER 60%, SOUN 42%. So we're still seeing a pretty hot, small cap market, and penny stocks have been on fire and relatively consistent. Not as hot as what they were, right, a couple weeks ago, but still pretty decent, still pretty hot, and there's still a lot of great opportunity. So I would say right now at this point in time, I would like to see the stock pull back towards around like 163. And the reason for that is we had a good amount of daily resistance right around 163, right? We hit it a couple times to the penny, tried to break it, we couldn't, tried to break it, we couldn't. So I'd like to see if 163 is going to be that level of support here with SQL. If it starts to crack on down below that 163, I do believe we come down towards around 140 before it really starts to bounce on up. And if it cracks below 140, we could see this all the way back down to this 126 resistance, the resistance level right before that massive break. So at the lowest you would want to see this go would be 126. We could see it back down to this pullback low at 140, but I'd like to see if that daily resistance does hold up as a level of support here intraday with SQL. All right. Right now, it needs to pull back just a little bit more, ideally 163. However, this stock is strong and it may not pull back. It may just break $2 and get its next leg up. And if that happens, where can you see the stock go? You have some room here up towards around this 211 resistance, right? So you have $2 psychological resistance. But then when you look at the daily, you can clearly see right around 211 was resistance, massive drop. Back up to 211 resistance, massive drop. So you got 211 resistance, and then it gets a little choppy through some of these levels, right? So if we do ever break that 211 and continue to rip, continue to run, and this stock is on fire and it's squeezing and just not giving us those big pullbacks, those pullbacks that we really are looking for, we may have to readjust a little bit on how we trade a stock, like SQL. With that being said, if we do break that 211 area, we have potential up to 240. Over 240, we have room to 275. And over 275, we could see the stock all the way up towards around 288 here on SQL. But first things first, ideally, let's get the pullback. 163 would be great if it holds on up. We have some entries right at the start of the day to get long up to 211, and then that 240 level, and then over that level, 275, and then 288. But again, be mindful, team. If this cracks below that 163 level, we can dump on back down the 140. We start cracking 140, we could absolutely come on back down towards around 126. But right now, good press release, nice low float, great volume. Yes, it's up 240%. Don't really want to be getting involved in the stock up this much as we're just not in supernova season, but we can still see the stock do something at the start of the day, give us a great trade, lock in some great profits, and make it happen. So we will be watching SQL off those levels right at the start of the day. All right. And then MYSZ, I'm like 50-50 with it. A little bit of a pump and dump, right? So MYSZ this morning at 8:45, receiving notice of patent allowance in Canada for AI and algorithm-driven measurement solutions. What did we talk about yesterday? That, hey, we're in a little bit of this trend. We're starting to see a trend with penny stocks. In the press releases, what are we seeing? AI-related press releases, right? Go look at C3 AI, the stock, absolutely squeezing. Look at the articles that are starting to hit the wire and the headlines. AI, AI, AI. Is this the next AMC short squeeze, meme stock mania? Is it going to be AI moves, right? And you're starting to see that trend. Yesterday, we saw a company, and I can't remember which one it was, but there was that press release about working with ChatGPT and integrating ChatGPT in their systems. Now we have MYSZ getting the notice of patent allowance in Canada for AI and algorithm driven measurement solutions. And what happened? We have an AI related press release, and this stock ripping from again right around 276 all the way to 430. We're noticing a trend develop and a trend unfold. And that is just like we had in 2020 in March, April, and May. Anything COVID related, anything that had to do with COVID, boom, stocks would rip and run, right? We have certain trends in the market, and when they catch, they catch. And right now, AI is starting to catch. So you could absolutely be screening for AI press releases, anything that has to do with artificial intelligence, AI, chat GPT. You could be screening for these types of press releases with low floats and just waiting to see if the company ever does drop a press release, and then boom, you're one step ahead. But that's the trend right now in this market. It's worth being mindful of and worth keeping an eye on. But here's the deal with MYSZ. Like, it had that press release, it had a great reaction. It's a nice low float stock. It spiked up very quickly, about 60%, but it gave everything back. It just dumped on back down. So there's really not a whole lot, going on with MYSZ. So I'm going to have to take it off the watch list at this point in time, guys. All right. If you look at some of your other top gainers like BCNX, do you really have anything here? Right? It meets some of the criteria. The criteria is there a catalyst? Yeah, there's a catalyst. There's a press release with BCNX, right? What's the float? Decently low. It's 18 million in float. Is it trading higher than average volume? Absolutely. It's trading like 20, 30x the average volume. But then the last piece of criteria, right, is what is it doing in pre-market? How is it developing? How is it moving? Are the technicals being honored? Is it consistent? Do you actually see traders here? Do you feel like there are traders here present, that this stock has the attention, that it's stealing the show? Look at VCNX and go compare it to SQL. Which stock meets criteria 4 the best? Criteria 4 is what's it doing? How is it moving? Are the technicals being honored? We can clearly see that SQL meets that fourth and final piece of criteria, but something like VCNX just does not, right? So you always got to make sure that you're going through that checklist, right? Pre-market stock selection criteria. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. That's going to help you, be less distracted during the day, have a smaller watch list, and allow you to be focused on the stocks that have the best potential to rip and run and be some of the best consistent movers to lock in some profits on. All right. So BCNX, I just wanted to use that as an example that, yeah, there's a press release, great volume, low float. But again, criteria 4, what's the stock doing in pre-market? Is it moving? Is it consistent? Is it honoring its technicals? Do we see that, hey, the majority of traders are here right now at this point in time? It is very clear that the majority of traders are not here with VCNX, that the majority of traders are here with SQL. And then, hey, you have a couple lingerers over with KPRX right now at this point in time. And that really applies with everything else that you're seeing at this point in time. OSH looks like this is some acquisition news, the way it moved on up. And now it's flatlining. CYAD fading on down. LUCY not doing anything. MYO, again, not really moving at this point in time. Look at how these stocks are moving and developing in pre-market. Definitely not your top stocks to be watching at 9:30. All right. But what's up with KRKR at this point in time? All right. KRKR, new stock, moving on up, currently up 32%, 600,000 shares traded on average, 42,000. All right. Nice little float stock. Is there a catalyst? Is there a reason for the stock to be moving? Yes, there is. There's a press release. How good is it? 36KR to innovate content production and user interaction with Chat GPT technology. My goodness, all of these companies coming out saying, hey, we're going to integrate with Chat GPT. We're exploring AI solutions. We're doing this. We're doing that. Guys, this is the trend. We talked about this yesterday. You should really think, hey, you want to be one step ahead of everybody else in this market. Go spend $80 right now and get a monthly subscription to Scanz, SCANZ.com. $80. Guess what that's going to allow you to do? Search for press releases based on keywords based on float and volume requirements. So that will only pop up on the list if Chat GPT, AI, artificial intelligence is in the press release, if it's under, say, 20 million in float, trading more than 100,000 shares. It will pop up and you will be the first to see it. And you could do what? Be ready to jump on in as it's spiking on up when that press release is dropped and you are aware that, hey, it has dropped. You could do that if you want to be one step ahead. We are seeing a trend in the market. And right now, that trend is most likely going to continue through this week and hopefully in the next week. And we have something to go off of here. So, KRKR, it's a credible press release. It's a press release that traders are reacting to in this market. We're going to keep it on watch. KRKR. All right, KRKR. So, where can we see this stock go? All right, we got to look at the daily chart. That's what it comes down to. Key area of support, 130. Look, 130 resistance, 130 resistance, 130 resistance, 130 resistance. That's going to now be support. Okay, we have some room into that daily low at 150. Wow. Shocking. Coincident, right? Coincidence that it just came up to that daily level of resistance and got rejected here intraday. Pretty odd, huh? All right, so if we break over that 150 level of resistance, we need to be looking at some of these levels right through here to see where the stock could be going. All right, and we're looking for those multiple touches to really try and identify where the stock is going to be moving on up to. I would say, let's call it like 184-ish right off some of these levels here from back in 2021. Yep, 2021. And they got some of these levels here more recently here, August of 2022. So you got like that spiking high right around like 194. You could have $2 resistance and then the big boy target way up there at 238. So those are going to be your levels, right? You got to break 150. And if you can get a spike to 184, 194, and then $2. You get a break over $2, you can get your next leg up to 238. Right now, at this point in time, we have support back down at 130. All right. So that's what we got going on with KRKR. Those are going to be your top stocks for today. Number one, not number one, but number one of three, right? Our top three stocks: KRKR, SQL, and KPRX. Those are going to be your top three pennies for today, guys, right? What do I think is going to happen with the SPY? It's a really easy day. We're not trading the SPY. Like, dude, look at the SPY. Yesterday, it was tough. Yesterday, this was a hard one to trade. Like, it was choppy all over the place. I don't know, but I thought it was tough. I thought it was challenging. And look at it in hindsight, like, wow, that was a pretty just all over the place, choppy day. Why is that? Well, we know Powell's talking today at 12:40. Why is the market probably going to be choppy this morning leading up to 12:40? Because the market knows and we know Powell's talking. And anytime Powell's talking, when we have Fed interest rate decisions, CPI and PPI and this and that of high importance in the economic calendar, we typically see the market slower, choppier, less consistent. So what do I think is going to happen today with the SPY? Very similar price action to like what we saw yesterday leading up to Powell's speech here at 12:40. Then I think that we get some action. Then we see the markets move a little bit, more volatility, and then I think the best of the best opportunity really starts to present itself here end of day. So we're going to be watching these two levels, and they're actually the same levels as yesterday. Nothing really changed. We didn't break 411 yesterday, and we didn't crack below that 408.40. Remember 408.40 support? We didn't crack below it. And we never broke that 411 resistance. So we're still stuck in this channel. We're still in this range and this channel from yesterday. So it's the same levels, 408.40 support. If we hold that level, play calls up to 411. Okay. If we can't break 411, play puts back down to 408.40, right? Play this channel. Short off resistance, cover at support. Long off support, profit at resistance, and play this channel until the channel breaks. Okay. If the channel breaks to the upside and we get that 411 break, where could we see the SPY going next? Right. Remember yesterday's analysis? There's a lot of resistance to the upside, right? You're going to have some resistance here at 412.30. You could have resistance here at 412.88. These are significant points, right? These are opens. These are closes. These are high of day and low of day. These are definitely points and levels and prices that the stock is most likely going to react when you get there. Next one, 413.68. You can see that, hey, you at least got a nice window from 411 to 412.30. But then there's just a lot of resistance through those levels all the way up to like 414.82, right? So those are all of your levels. Just look at some of the prior days that we've had here. Mark up the opens, mark up the closes, the lows and the highs, and these are going to be great targets if we get that break over 411 and if we're taking calls and trading the SPY long. To the flip side, what's the short plan? The short plan is if we crack below yesterday's low of day. And if we crack below yesterday's low of day, that's also the high of day from January 27th. That's a key level to be cracking below. Then where could we see the SPY come on down to? I have a great target of 405, right? 405 to 405.40 is a great target to the downside. So obviously, I'd love to see the SPY crack 408 and drop because there's 3 points to the downside, right? There's a big window for the SPY to drop on down versus, you got $1 to the upside and then 30 cents and then another 50 cents. There's just a lot of resistance to the upside. But if the market wants to go higher today, I'm going to play it long. If the SPY wants to crack that 408, fantastic. I know we could fade relatively quickly down towards around that 405 mark. All right, guys. So again, you're just not really doing a whole lot. If you're like me, if you don't like this choppy, sideways, messy, slow price action, you're probably not trading the SPY out of the gate. Probably not going to trade the SPY until the end of the day. But if you like this type of market, right, you're just looking to play calls and go long off support and then take profits at resistance. If you can't break resistance, play puts, right? And then cover at support or wait for resistance to break, get long into your next levels. You would be breaking top channel resistance or wait for bottom channel support to crack and then play those puts for the drop on down to 405. All right. I'm going to give you guys a couple of my game plans, right? You guys inside the chat every single morning have the opportunity to get your butts in here, review what's in levels. I don't just post random stuff, right? I'm very, very particular on what I post inside of levels because I know a lot of you guys are going to be getting involved in a lot of these stocks. And I'm not just going to slap my name behind something if I wouldn't take the trade myself. Take AMD, for example. Really thorough, well broken down game plan. And look at AMD last week. It was beautiful, beautiful. So traders, this is for you inside of chat. These are our quality alerts. These are my personal game plans that you guys can come in, see what I'm seeing, build your plans, get prepared. And I would say there's a good 80% in here, right? Maybe I'm a little off, but I would say that, hey, for every 10 game plans, at least 7 of those hit. And most of the time, some of them don't even hit for the entries. There's such a high win rate in levels when it comes down to breaking these stocks down. What do we see happening and really confirming our game plans? There's a lot of great value in here. These are these quality alerts that everybody wants. So again, spend some time and get inside of levels. The main reason I don't talk about these too thoroughly in the morning is because, again, we're live across the board on YouTube, on TikTok. And again, this is for you guys inside of chat, right? And I want to make sure that there are some things that remain private and exclusive to those that are investing in their education. So get inside of levels, right? Today, AMD, high watch, right? FedEx was another one, guys. FDX. You can go in here and type FDX in. Look at FDX. Again, we had some really, really, really great analysis here. So overall, you guys definitely need to get inside of levels. Check these out. AMD, high watch today for puts. I'm actually looking for those puts on down back in that gap level. Remember last week we were targeting the gap fill level to the upside for calls. We're actually looking for it to come back in that gap level and drop back down a few points today here on AMD. Okay. FedEx was another massive mover for that moving average squeeze formation, right? This thing absolutely exploded, exceeding our expectations. If you missed that trade, like I did, it's okay, right? When we did our profit and loss, it didn't make sense. But at the same time, we didn't know we were going to see this explode to the upside. There were some traders that took it, and congratulations. But if you were not able to get involved with FedEx, it's okay. We have a great opportunity today, and that's to the short side here with FedEx. And then KPRX was one from this morning. But the main two for today that I'm really, really like mindful of, I'm really dialed in with, and I think are some killer opportunities that I want to get involved with myself. AMD and FedEx. And there's a couple back burners, right? There's a couple back burners and some that still have potential, and we will discuss those. All right. BA, it's not something that I'm that hyped about. It's not something that I'm overly confident with to where I posted this inside the levels, but I think BA has potential, right? We've finally cracked the 20 EMA. Finally cracked that yellow line, right? BA loves the 20 EMA, loves the 20 EMA, loves the 20 EMA, loves the 20 EMA. It loves the 20 EMA, right? We just officially cracked below the 20 EMA on Friday. We came back up, and what did we do yesterday? We retested that level as resistance. As long as we hold below, right, and stay below the 20 EMA, I want to be looking to get involved to the short side here on BA. Could be a great day trade where it just comes straight down 10 points. You never know. But I think it's going to be more of a swing trade. So position yourself correctly. Great day trade opportunity that most likely will turn into a fantastic swing trade. And we're looking for this to come back down to this prior resistance level of 196 resistance, as well as the 50 SMA. So I'm looking to short this right around 207. Want to get short around 207, probably throw stops up around 210, give it maybe 3 points of breathing room. Be patient with this one. Give it some breathing room. Looking for the target down towards around 196. That's prior resistance here. We can see back in December. And that's also going to put you right around your 50 SMA. It's a great level to see BA come back down to before bouncing on up. So I like BA, and I want to keep this one on high watch as well. Hopefully Catherine's here. Let's see what we can make happen. And then lastly, Tesla, to see if it's going to top out in reverse here on the daily. All right, guys? We're all set ready to rock and roll. Understand, the SPY, probably slow and choppy to start the day, but we got some great stocks on watch. KPRX out of the gate team. SQL, definitely on watch right at the start of the day. And then lastly, KRKR. Markets live, markets open. Let's have some fun. Let's make it happen. And let's lock in some killer profits. Top 3 pennies, KRKR, SQL, KPRX. We're watching Tesla today. Is Tesla going to be able to break some of these daily highs? Is Tesla going to be able to break and push up to 200? Or is Tesla finally topping out at this 196.70 resistance? If we see Tesla officially proving itself that it's topping out at this 196.75 level, the resistance, I want to get involved with Tesla for a swing trade off this potential reversal for the drop back down to 180, guys. All right, definitely looking for the reversal here on the daily on Tesla for a swing trade to the short side. And then again, BA, if we can get below and stay below that 20 EMA, guys. Want to see it falling below the 20 EMA. And if we see that, I'm definitely getting involved. And I do believe in the next couple of weeks, we could see BA down towards around that 196.50 level. Put you right around the 50 SMA as well. Check out AMD, guys, inside of levels. Get prepared and build your plans like I've done. And then same thing with FDX. Build your freaking plans because these are the top 2 that I'm watching right now at this point in time. If the spreads are large, I will just go short with shares if spreads are large. Okay, same thing with AMD on options. If spreads are wacky, I'll just take shares on AMD. All right, guys? So we're set. FedEx for the crack below that 209 down to 204. AMD for the crack below 83.46. For the drop, actually, it's not 83.46, it's 83.20. The crack below 83.20 down to 81.47. I would love to get that short, guys. And I'll probably just take shares then on BA if the spreads are wacky. Probably just take some shares on BA if the spreads are wacky. Everybody on YouTube, enjoy your day. Be smart, trade safe. You know exactly why our top 3 are the top 3. Breaking them all down for you, getting you prepared, giving you guys those levels, a couple game plans for today as well. Trade smart, trade safe. Enjoy your Money Tuesday. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. YouTube, woohoo, 9 a.m. as we do it again. Help you guys out and hopefully put you guys in position to lock in some profits. Enjoy your Tuesday. Once again, trade smart and trade safe. I'll see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. I'll see you guys then. It's just you and me and you, team. All right, let's get it. SQL halted up.